Hey guys, so today I want to talk about really how to find a great casting, how to find your perfect casting, and I'm going to give you my tips of what I've done for the past 10 feature film and how did I apply it and how it changed and evolved over time. First of all, let's start with a script. You need to have something finished, ready to go. Don't waste people's time with something, oh, it's not finished, I'm gonna send you something later, whatever. A lot of people did that. I did that in the beginning. First, finish the script, do a version that you love, and when you're ready, that's where you can start casting. That's where you can open the door of communication with professional actors because they're getting a lot of offers, they're getting a lot of projects here and there. So make sure that it's all about impression. You need to look professional. In my experience, the most important part was, where do I shoot my film? My first two features, I shot them in the States, and then after that in Europe. Every time I shot in America, that's the film that cost me the most. Because you have to take those actors, let's say from Los Angeles, and fly them somewhere. You have to pay for hotel, you have to pay for transportation, food, you have to pay for their rate. So that's where at the end, that's where it starts maybe at $20,000, $25,000 just right there. Where can I shoot where I can save money and I can make those films for $10,000? So that's why I started to shoot in Europe where everyone goes back home. You don't have to pay for transportation, you don't have to pay for food, hotels and stuff like that. That's why they go home and you save so much money. So I would say first, where do you want to do your film? For America, that's one of the biggest websites ever. You're gonna go to a website called Breakdown Access. That's where you go, you present your project, you do the breakdown, all the roles, then that website is connected to all the agencies in America, even a little bit in Canada. Get ready because you can get at least 50,000 submission of actors. It's a lot of people because you're attacking all Canada and America. You have so much options to choose from, and that's what's really beautiful. And even if you do some casting from there and sometimes you don't choose certain person, you still have all access to those breakdowns. So later on, if you do another film and you want to go back to see what was my options that I had before, you can go back and see those 50,000 people. And maybe you're gonna say, yeah, this person was not perfect at all for this role, but now, yeah, I remember that person. Compared to Europe, it's a website called eTalenta. It's really different the way it works. The union is different. They don't really have, it's not the same thing as SAG or ACTRA in Canada, SAG in America. That's why I love it's more free and it's more like project based. So for example, I can say, hey, cool, you want to be in my film? You're the lead. I'm not gonna pay you, but I'm gonna give you 5% of the back end of the film forever. And if they love the script, they love my work and everything, and we trust each other, a lot of them is gonna be, you're gonna be surprised that a lot of people just want to work and they want to take the risk. But it's your job to really prove them that, you know, I'm gonna bust my ass and I really wanna give everything and I wanna get paid, I want you to get paid. So it's really a trust bond that you form. And sometimes people just want to get paid. For all my feature film in Europe, that's the website I've used because you have so many talent to choose from so many different places and background. Every project that you do, you form a bond. So you have those actors where you reuse all the time because you've loved working with them and you created this friendship, this bond that as soon as you have something, hey, I wrote something for you, here it is, oh my God, Pascal, I want to do it, let's go. And at this point, it's not about money, it's just about, I love your work, let's do it. It makes your casting easier because you don't have to relearn how to direct those actors. I don't have to say anything. Here's the line, here's the scene, cool, they look at me, blah, 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 cool, they get it right away. We know exactly by just saying one word or by the movement of my camera, they understand, okay, cool, he's gonna do this, then he's gonna come back. I need to, like, it's a dance that you don't really have to re-explain compared to when you're starting with new actors, you have to re-explain your process. You know, it's a trust that it's forming and it takes time. And then it's always at the end of the film, oh my God, it's so much fun, we have to do it again because now I totally understand what you're saying or what you tried to do. We did a beautiful job, but I know if we do it again, it would be way better. Of course, because now we trust each other, we have developed that language that makes sense for us. One of the most important parts, do they look like star? A lot of people, even in America or whatever, they always put so much focus on their headshot and they look amazing. And then sometime when you see the audition, they don't. If I said yes to that person, I want that person on film, and sometimes a lot of people just look different. They don't put as much attention on video that they did on that picture. When you do the breakdown and you submit your audition, you have to be so precise in the direction of what you're giving them. The way they look, you explain the scene, you explain the character, you explain the environment, you explain the mood, the emotion, the tone of the film. The more information they have, the better. But that's where you're gonna find, are they really good actors? Because trust me, there's a lot of bad actors out there, and there's a lot of amazing actors. So that when they send you the audition, it's as close as you can, but again, it's an audition. They don't know you, and they send you something that is completely left field. Even if you gave them all those direction, it's a red flag. Either they just completely ignore your direction, they just thought what they felt right for them. But I think for me, it's a bad direction because you're still a director, you give them direction. Do they listen to you or they don't? So if they don't, I would say don't work with those people unless you talk to them because what they did was so great, but completely different. Then maybe give them another shot and talk to them on the phone and say, hey, what you did was great, but it's completely left mark. And maybe for them, it was like, oh my God, sorry, I didn't think it was like this. I thought it was like that. So it's okay to give sometime a second chance if they did something amazing, if they fit the part. They need to have something that make them look like star. That's what makes a film look like $1 million or film school film. It's not about being pretty. Sometimes it's just a vibe, an energy, a talent. In the end, you need to find people who has something that of course represent the material, but represent the vision, and you know what looks good on screen. And that's really important. That's gonna make it or break it to your film. I don't really audition anymore because mostly I'm always kind of reusing the same actors, but sometimes it's okay to take chance on new people if they inspire you. And but yeah, mostly I just check their reel, see if they're good in it. If so, don't make them waste their time to do an audition. If I see the reel and I know they're good, you're good, let's go. After that, it's here's the material, let's talk about it. Do we have a good match? Do we fit? Do we have the same personality? Do we have the same energy? Do you understand where I'm going? Do we click on a personal level? Do we like each other? Because we're gonna spend 15 days, 20 days together 24/7. So it's good that you're a good actor, but if you're a shitty person, I don't wanna work with you. And if you don't like me, you don't wanna be with me. So the goal is really important to, in the end, to find the balance in her personality. That's the most important part. Acting is one thing, but trust me, they're gonna be way better as an actor if they like you, if they trust you, if they have fun with you, and if you make them feel so comfortable and safe on set, they're gonna give everything and they're gonna say, hell yeah, I trust this person, let's go, let's shoot. And for last, when you're shooting a film with them, give them space. You're not a dictator, you're not Mr. who knows everything, you're not a puppet master. Give them space, they bring amazing idea. So be open, be humble to the process of creating with those people who takes the time to be with you, and you'll see you can make something amazing.